All right, we got that bit. We got that thing sparked. I got the cowboy hat on. I'm I'm fitted up. We booted it up. We booted it up. So listen, this whole week it was a blessed week. I got the opportunity and the gift of God to relax, to take the week off because I'm starting something new on Monday. I just got sent the job description today. It's pretty sick. I really can't say too much because I didn't read it too well. But listen, listen, I don't even know how to explain to you guys. I okay, okay. I'll try to explain it. On Sunday night, I did a prayer. I said, "Hey God, if you need me to move, tell me where. If you need me to stay, show me how to get how show me how, right? Like in terms of the patience." I said that, and I've been praying for a while, but I said that the night before. Monday morning while I was walking to work, I said, God, I don't know how people like live this life without you because you bring faith in you brings clarity, brings certainty. Like when things are going bad, I know they're gonna get good because God's there. You know what I mean? Like I have a certainty that things are gonna get better because it's like He's got me. You know what I mean? But like if you have no faith, like what you just rely on yourself. And so when things are bad for a while. Like when I was in my teens, when I was real depressed and I was rebuking God, and I didn't mess with the guy. I would just say like, you know, like when things were bad, it was bad indefinitely. Like I didn't know how to get out of it, right? And so I was like, God, people thought I was crazy, but like, yes, I've been very unhappy in terms of like my workplace. Like I've been real anxious about things and real fearful for a while. But I'm like ecstatic because I know like usually when I had this feeling in the past, I'll get fearful because I didn't have faith, right? I'll get fearful and out of my own volition I'll leave. But this time I was like, let me be obedient and stay because I trust that you got something cooking up. And that morning he cooked me up something so delicious. 30 minutes later, after I was walking to work, 30 minutes later I'm out, and I walked like I just had to, and I took the week off, and I got offered to go somewhere else, right? But it was a beautiful thing, and yeah, so I spent this whole week working on my blog site. You know what I mean? Because my I'm trying to get big. I'm trying to the spirit wants to expand. The spirit wants to be abundant. The spirit wants to show itself, and it's the ego that wants to be scared and da-da-da. And so for a while, my blog's been it's been an anonymous thing. I don't even use it because I took the life out of me being anonymous, and it was very like corporate-ish, like AI bullshit. So I revamped the whole thing. I made it me. I put my own photo. So it's super sick. Like it has my portfolio, like my photography on there. It has like products I like. It has like YouTube videos. It has everything about me, things I wrote. And I think when I want to start adding also short stories, bro, because I got this thing cooking up. The short story, not short story. I literally have a whole world that I built based off of a dream. I did a dream, and I built a whole world off of it. And like I'm gonna write about it. And what I realized, and I sent a TikTok about this, is this guy was talking about that like creativity, all the creative outlets like photography, filmmaking, drawing, animation, music, like all of it is all the same thing, right? Like if you're good at one, you're good at all of them. Essentially, it was what this guy was saying. If you're good because of your spirit, anyone I could sit here and learn I could sit here and hone in on a skill on, let's say like I don't know, photography for hours and learn all the technical aspects of the camera, and then learn how to do post edits, and learn all the technical aspects of like the ins and outs of Photoshop and all this stuff. But I don't need that. Like it'll be an addition, but the truth is, if you the 90% of all this is creativity, and creativity can be moved here, moved there, and like all it is. So like in my life, I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I'm an artist. I make these videos. Like The only one area where I'm really still trying to figure out how to get into is music, right? But like even when, on the piano, like I have some sort of like my sister who's very musically inclined was like, you have really good melodic intuition. It's just like you can learn the technical skills. That's 10%. 10% of it is technical skills. But you've definitely met people that are creatives, and all they are is technically sound, and they're just technically good at the thing, but they're missing soul. And it's it's like a Super Smash Bros. Melee, right? Right. Mango is pure creativity. He's like one of the, but you'll see a player like, let's say, like, I don't know, for example, like, well, Cody used to be this way. IBDW, he used to be like this. But it's a player that's just straight technical skill. There's not, they have no swagger. Like it's like Tim Duncan, and Jason Tatum. Like they're not like, imagine a Jason Tatum versus a Kyrie Irving. A Kyrie Irving is pure creativity with so much with technical skill added to the top of that. Jason Tatum, he's an amazing player, but it's just boring to watch. There's no soul in it. You know what I mean? And so, essentially, my blog site is like my hub for all creative endeavors. It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be so sick. And so, like, bro, I've been just having really good long talks with God in the mornings, and really good long walks with Willow, and we just had a great week. I had a great week. I'm about to go into this weekend, continue to have a great weekend, and then get right back to it. Get right back to it on Monday, and test out this new job. You know what I mean? And damn, this shit's hit me. I got some wine for the night. I got some Nobilo. Bro, they literally, I just came back from NBC. They didn't have what I want. Dude, they didn't have 13 Celsius Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. It said out of stock temporarily. How you out of stock on my favorite thing? That's kind of crazy. Other thing in the news is like I'm planning on this Thursday being my last therapy session. It's not, don't congratulate me, whatever. It was more so like at a certain point, like I've really improved in all of like the major pillars of the things that I wanted to work on. And at a certain point, you're just nitpicking, right? At a certain like at the end of the day, there's always something to work on. There's like you're never perfect. You're never. But there's always something to work on. There's always something to. And so I've just developed some sort of fatigue where I'm just like, I told my therapist last like a couple times ago. I was like, I know it never ends, but it never ends. Like I could sit here forever. And when you knock down one pillar, 10 more spawn in. And she's like, well, that's just the nature of complex trauma. And I was like, I understand that. But at a certain point, like even last therapy, I didn't really have much to go into in this last therapy session. And then I brought up something small, and it turned into this really big thing. And I was like, man, therapy begets that you have something to work on, right? Like that's the truth. Therapy begets you have something to work on. And so you're always a work in progress. You're always this thing that you're like putting together and working on. And at a certain point, I think for now I'm like, I am good enough, and I want to go out into the world and not have to continuously hard reflect on myself. Obviously, if I make a terrible mistake, I'm gonna reflect. But like for the most part, I don't want to have this intentional thing where I'm still like I think I'm good. I love myself now, and I think I'm good enough where I'm gonna go out into the world and explore, right? And you know, maybe in a couple months or in a year, I'm gonna come back to you, therapist. Like I'm gonna come back to you because you've been amazing, and I'm gonna come back to you with stuff that I've learned. But it's like for the meantime, it's like it feels like I'm creating problems that aren't there, or I'm nitpicking things, or I'm blowing things up into something that's bigger for the sake because I'm paying for this therapy, right? And so I think this Thursday is my last session. I think that and also like I just feel like I'm in an era of change. I'm in an era of transformation, and I'm like because I'm in an era of like I've repented. I've come to God. God's my boy. I've been reading so much scripture. I've been feeling like I've been feeling I'm on this cusp. He blessed me on Monday, and I'm starting this new thing, and I'm just ready to start this new era, with fresh eyes, with a fresh heart, with a fresh mind, a fresh spirit. And so, like, I think this is my era of abundance. This is my era of just like expansion, and finally, after like years and years of suffering, of working on myself, of becoming the person that I need to be to get to obtain the things that I want, and to be the person that can have those things, right? And so I'm ready to let go of that. I'm ready to be like therapy, like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I love you, and I thank you for everything you've done for me, but I'm ready to go explore. So I think I'm gonna go do that. Other than that, dude, I don't know how anyone likes smoking these things, bro. It's kind of like doesn't do anything for me. It's kind of like gross. I mean, you're not inhaling it, but it's still, you get like a bad taste in your mouth, and then probably it's because this thing is like shitty. But I remember one time, bro. I don't watch Joe Rogan or Theo Vaughn anymore because they turn into absolute shills and fucking grifters and just gross people. Especially Theo. Like, it seems like everything Theo does is now very serious, very like like, no way you just had Mark Zuckerberg on your shit, right? Like, he's definitely in the right wing manosphere. Like, he's in like kind of that like right wing grifting kind of shit. I didn't know he was in his 40s, but like dude, I used to love that guy. He was so fucking funny when he was like not this big person with all these people on his, when he was just interviewing the lunch ladies and interviewing the freaking cops, and he was just like busting balls and saying the crazy jokes. But one time he went on Joe Rogan, and he was like, and Joe was like, "Hey, you want to smoke a cigar?" He's like, "Sure." He's like, "I don't really like those things. They hurt my chest." And Joe's like, "What are you talking about?" Joe literally sits there and watches him, like, and he inhales it. He inhales the cigar smoke repeatedly, and Joe doesn't say anything. That's a bad cigar friend to smoke a cigar with. Like, how do you? Anyways, it's a beautiful Friday night. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go drink some wine and hang out with my boy Jim Bill, and hopefully my lady Julianne. Also in the news, I bought her engagement ring. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. It'll be here in like 3 months, but it's custom. Anyways, I love you guys, girls, gays, queers, they, them, these, or any all. Have a blessed rest of your Friday night, and I'll catch you guys on a fucking Saturday.